Yeah. So it's Tone Love, you know what I mean? We up in the stew, chilling with my man Randy, Big Ron. We just came through, do a little music, you know what I mean? Tough Crew set behind the scenes, Soul Survivors video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. You know, this is us just putting that together, and got some of my folks in here, but I wanted them to just get their opinion on, you know, what we think we could do as a community. You know what I mean? As brotherhood, as you know, to show solidarity, as a family-like situation, and try to, you know, stop what's going on in the streets. Everybody know what's been going on in the streets. It's crazy. It's off the chain. You know, a lot of violence, everything out of control. Seriously, but I know everybody ain't on that same type time. You know what I mean? And we speaking as community leaders, as community representatives, as rappers, fathers, you know, black men in our neighborhoods, that we want to just, you know, touch on that a little bit. So, you know what I mean? Personally, for me, it's like, you know, I see us as possibly cousins, not knowing necessarily all of us our origin going back even 3 generations or 4th generation. We could be cousins and family that we actually doing this to each other too. I know it's issues. I know the political scene is causing a lot of volatility and a lot of unsteadiness, and, you know, pushing people to their limit. But what we doing to each other is atrocious. And, you know, to say Black Lives Matter, I mean, for me, that's all null and void if we don't matter to each other. We have to matter to each other first before we can say Black Lives Matter, because evidently it doesn't amongst us as a black people if we're dying at these rates we're dying at. 93% of the black, you know, homicides are done by black people. You know, so, you know, that's, black crime. You know, that's at the heart of it for me. So for me, we're dealing with that as well as police brutality. Anything you feel about that, man? You know,
I mean, I'm just bouncing off of what Tone said. You know, the elephant is in the room. We got to learn self-love as a black people. We've been battered, bruised. We know our history is painful. You know, it caused a scar on our community. And what's important, the message that we want to get out is, yeah, there's police brutality at a percentage, but more of the deaths that are caused by, like Tone said, homicides, 93% of us is killing us. And I think that needs to be addressed first and foremost. And we need to come back to the ways of the Lord, Yah. It's time for us to really seek truth so that we could have clarity in what's going on in these days and times, because we all see that it's something ain't right. We feel it, we know it, and that means time is running its course, just like the Bible said it would. So we want to put that message out there to the people, families, to unite. In this time as a black community, we're the lowest on the totem pole.
Right.
When it comes from an overall scheme. So if anything happens, it trickles down to us. We are in a far worse situation than any other race on the planet Earth. So it's time for us to just, you know, link up and do what we're supposed to do. So that's what we come as Soul Survivors. You know, we're doing the will of Yah, and we want to, you know, bless people. We want to send people in the positive direction. You know, that's all I really want to say. I love y'all out there. Check out our video. You know, there's a message to everything that we saying. And the message is, we need love.
That's it.
There ain't no love. We need love.
You won't understand the message if you're in the hip hop.
Yeah,
you know.
And got a couple other brothers here, man.
I got a question.
Yeah, what's up?
I was thinking earlier today that in the early '80s, you was with Tuff Crew and y'all had a song called "My Part of Town," and that song was about love in the town.
Right.
Now you have a song,
Ain't No Love.
Ain't No Love in your town.
Look how it progressed.
How ironic is that?
Right. Well, that's just that's the harsh reality of it, man. It started out, we was really, you know, talking about the love we had for our part of town, where we from, how we do it. And I mean, Tough Crew, we still out here, but we can't even sing about them type songs till we address, like Ron said, the elephant in the room, which is, can we respect each other, you know, as family? Can we dwell peacefully amongst each other? Can we coexist in harmony? And until we do that, ain't no movement gonna make it. Ain't no statement, no cliche, no movement gonna be able to do what we need to do tangibly, which is me to be able to hug my brother and really mean it, and don't mean him no harm. You know what I'm saying? And this type of thing. You know what I mean? So we gotta get back to the grassroots of love, self-love, loving our people. It goes from God to family to community to humanity. And in that particular order, God, family, community, humanity. And if you have respect for all of that, then and that comes back, that's reciprocated, then we good. And you'll see it can stop as easy as that. But we got to put the guns down, be willing to, and love each other more, for real. You know what I mean? You feel me on that?
I feel you on that.
Yeah, my man. My man.
State your name.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Symphonic, a.k.a. the Beat Freak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just want to piggyback on what these two brothers were saying earlier. Again, I grew up in that era of, you know, my part of town, having love for your part of the city, even your block. You know what I mean? But it's gotten to the point where now, I could just say it just like this. Short and simple. Parents need to start being parents to their kids instead of being their friends. Because, first of all, you being your child's friend, they ain't going to respect you. They must respect you and they must obey you.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't talking about go out there, you know, give your kids a fair one. Nah, that's a bit too much. But I'm talking about you treat them with respect, they'll treat you with respect. But parents need to start being parents to their kids. Because right now, I guarantee you, somewhere out there, there's 5 mothers who's raising their children on their own that don't even know where their kids are right now. But I can guarantee you, they can tell you how many likes they got on Facebook.
That's deep.
Sad.
You know,
What are we going to?
remember back in the day, you know what I mean, when we sat down at dinner with each other,
Yeah,
moms,
that's,
pops,
that's key.
yeah, Thanksgiving, we had
That
aunts and
keeps the
uncles
family
over.
together.
You know what I mean? We got to start being a family once again. The whole family structure has just been torn down.
Yes, it has.
And you can't really blame, you know, your kids for hanging out with the wrong people or the parents hanging out with the wrong people. Let me tell you, back in the day, back in the 70s, the OJs had a song called The Message is in Our Music. The Message in the Music, I'm sorry. If you listen to certain hip-hop artists now, they're not doing it for the love. Let me tell you, when my man Tone, Ice, LA, Tuff, when they did their stuff, they did it for the love. It wasn't about the money. It was about the love.
Right.
But let me tell you, I'm jumping from subject to subject, but I'm going to tell you right this. Parents need to be parents. Children need to be children. And another thing, please, when y'all have y'all kids on Facebook, don't have them dressed up like they get ready to go to the club. They should dress like little kids.
Right.
If your daughter is 3, she shouldn't have on the outfit that make her look like she's 25.
That's right. That's right.
Don't do her hair like she's 25 either.
Yeah, like that new movie Cuddy Out.
Yeah.
They putting stuff out there like that now.
Yeah, like, come on now, you know, and...
Oh, Cutie. Was it Cutie?
Yeah, Cutie, yeah.
Cutie. I'm sorry.
That's crazy. Because you got too many crazy people out here
That's sad.
that, you know, that uses social media and all different types of forums to do whatever, you know, their little sick, demented heart desires.
That's
So,
another problem.
yeah. And another thing that I would like to touch upon, if, you know, y'all brothers don't mind, fathers. Start being fathers. There's no such thing as a part-time father.
Yes, sir.
It's either a full-time or not.
Yes, sir.
Agreed.
You know, I've raised children, and they're not even biologically mine.
Exactly.
But guess what? If I love that woman loved me, those children are mine.
There you go.
And I will defend them with my life because they are mine. Plain and simple. Men, you need to start being men. Everybody's good at, you know, slick at talking. Get better at being slick at listening.
That's straight up, bro. I like that.
All right, listen. What's going on, y'all? My name is Jux, right? Not because I'm gonna take any money by force, but because I want to juxtapose, like, you know, stand shoulder to shoulder. So what? Me, my brothers, Mr. Motivation, and OG Law, and also shout out to Terry Starks down there on 16th and DI, and all the other activists. Shout out to all of y'all doing an awesome job out there with, putting your life on the line for y'all city, y'all people. I know what it's like. It ain't easy. We started a little non-profit in our house, New Generation Foundation, Philly Youth Peace. And we've been to different places around the world with it. But I say that to say, look, what we did was we took things like t-shirt printing, recording. Like right now, I got a recording studio around my neck, right? I'm not just using it for me. I might run into a young boy that's hurt or a young girl that's hurt that just want to hear themselves, and I'm using it as therapy. So it's, sometimes we all, not even sometimes, but we really need to start doing this, not making it always about us. Sometimes these young people need somebody to take some time out to show them another way. Whether it's learning how to start a business, being an activist, whatever.
Or even learning themselves.
Right, even learning themselves, learning how to eat right, alkaline diets, CMOS, global biters and all of that. You can find that at Black and Nobel.
Exactly.
If you want to get a business and all that, you go to the SBA, Small Business Association, and talk to some of them people. If you want to build houses, go hang in front of Home Depot all day. I guarantee you, right? Drive them crazy. Ask them all the questions that you want, and ask everybody, do they need help? And eventually watch what happens. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see greatness happening. Same thing with the music. Hang around, you want to be a DJ, go get on two Tuff nerves all day and ask them a whole bunch of questions and buy all the equipment and sit there. I guarantee you, you'll be great. And that's just what's going to make us all great. So we started our nonprofit. That's not really hard to do. You get a lot of benefits with that if you're responsible. Make sure to be responsible with your nonprofit and make sure that you count. That it's not just because you're doing it because everybody else doing it. You're not an activist, then, get into your lane. It's all different kind of, there's 800 million, billion stories of success, you know what I mean? Go from Tyler Perry, all the way to Jeff Bezos, you know what I mean, in his garage. So, richest man in the world right now, off of some type of carrier service, whatever, Uber. So there's a lot of ideas, and the internet. If I could drop another jewel, the internet is only at 30% of its earnings. So 70% of, and people are billionaires over at that point. So there's still 70 still left out there. And so instead of grabbing guns and killing one another, that ain't the answer. We already know that ain't the answer. You ask me what I'm gonna say to the killer before he go out there and kill somebody. I'm not even trying to be funny, man. But this is what I would do if one of my homies or brothers came to me talking some crazy stuff about they about to go harm somebody. And then sometimes it's hard because somebody else done already got harmed. So now you got to talk to the person who's about to go do something to somebody who hurt somebody they love. And I light the L up. Because me, the marijuana, whatever which way you want to take it, and gummy, eggs and bacon and whatever, turkey bacon, you know what I mean? They got it infused and everything. That has always been a tool that just made me think. And it made me really understand the consequences. Because consequences is another thing. We all learn how to live with the consequences. If you understand if we can live with the consequence, make the decision making easy. Because then if you can't live with the consequence, then you know not to make that decision. So it's all of those consequences, all of that in there, just being brotherly, reaching out, having things to do instead of just wasting time idly, doing just nothing. It's a lot of work that needs to be done. Especially us as people of color here, you know what I'm saying? So, or not even of color, just humans, right? Human beings.
People need to learn songs.
Right. To touch up on the brother with the father thing, ain't nothing wrong with being a father, man. That's what life all about, man. I can't wait till my hair get gray. You know what I mean? I'm going to embrace. I can't wait to look like Barack.
That's a sign of wisdom.
It's one of my things, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to still do music till I'm 80, 90 years old. Because I probably would have been doing it if I worked at Walgreens. I still would have been, here it is. I mean, because I love it. So I think, you know, it's all about loving what you do. But if you want to change your community, it all goes down to attitude. And if you could change your attitude, the things around you change, you know. Because animals could change because of the skin, right? They could go into different places of the jungle and they could blend right in. So we want to change. It's about attitude, you know what I mean? And no, man, I really most definitely want to give a shout out to Tuff Crew. Please remember them. They are a part of the history of hip-hop. It ain't just the roots or you know, I'm going to give a shout out to a couple people. The whole pop art thing, Tuff Crew most definitely. You know, if you ain't playing their songs in a barbecue, you didn't have a barbecue. You just had a gathering.
That's right.
You understand? The guys that's on top, because you know, Philly always been real too. All the way down to the Oils, Cool C, you know what I mean? Shout out the other guy, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to mention his name, but it is what it is. He was in the music very long time too, pioneer. Going at LL with them, when LL with them was young boys. And then you got Schoolie D, who showed, I guess, inspired Ice-T, who sparked the whole West Coast. So we can't keep on. Yeah, and he inspired Cool G Rap. So to bring it back to Philly, because no one ever want to give Philly their flowers.
That's what I say, rap really started, and most of your early hip hop artists came to Philly to record their music.
Right, correct. So you know, shout out to the whole Philly of 215. You know, it's really an art city.
Exactly.
It's really an art city, man.
You just got to get up on it.
Yeah, I love my city. I love Tuff Crew and all that.
Just
man.
like that,
Like
that old classic from back in the day. It ain't New York, because Philly is stepping in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was good talking with y'all, and that was a good word.
All right.
All right.
Yeah,
Peace
man.
out.
Y'all already know we can stay.